My name is Tufa Jallo. I run the Tufa Foundation. I'm a women's rights activist and also an anti-rape activist, to be more specific. I was a fugitive out of my country, raped by an ex-dictator who ruled my country for more than a decade. I found myself in Canada as a refugee and had to rebuild my life. In 2019, I talked about my story and experience with the New York Times, the BBC, and also at the United Nations. I advocate for human rights. I advocate for victims of sexual violence, all the way to the International Criminal Court. I decided to support Crossroads and to be the keynote speaker this year because I believe in the work that they do. Visibility and centering victims and girls in empowering themselves and taking the lead in their own lives is very important. The only way that we can move forward, especially after the pandemic, is to really think about the gaps that have been created, and more than ever, support for girls' rights, support for empowerment, and to find rescue and safety for survivors of violence is more important than ever. I am actually honored to be the speaker for Crossroads this year because I believe in visibility and centering victims of violence and women and girls in general. The only way we are going to move forward, especially in this very unprecedented times where the COVID pandemic has created huge gaps, it is important to center them. Myself, I consider myself a survivor of violence who has found a voice, and I know the power of finding my voice, so it is important, and I am more than honored to be part of a group of people that are willing to support in all the ways that we are supposed to give all girls around the world the same opportunity and voice as well. It is important now more than ever to come together to support the voices, to support advocacy, and to support organizations like Crossroads that centers victims of violence, women's rights, and girls' access to education.